Dear students, welcome to online classes. I am Ravi Kumar K.R., lecturer in computer science, gsipucmysuru College, MYSURU. Students, in our previous session, we were discussing about control statements. Under that, I had given you the syntax and flowchart of if-else statement. We will start our session with a program on if-else statement. This is a program to print greatest of two numbers. This is an example for if-else statement. Now you know that the program starts with header files #include iostream.h #include conio.h. Program starts with void main function, and here first we can write here first statement is clear screen to clear the output screen. Next step is to declare the variable for this program. Here to declare the greatest of two numbers, we have to enter value for two numbers. So let me make use of two variables, that is of data type int a comma b semicolon. These are the two variables to be declared. Next up is we have to enter value for this. So we can display a message cout enter two numbers. Enter two numbers. This message will appear in the output screen. After this, we have to enter values of a and b with the help of input statement, that is cin a b semicolon. So this is the input statement to accept the values for a and b. After reading the values, we have to use conditions here. So here I say if a is greater than b, this is the condition. If the condition is true, it will be supposed to print a as greatest number. So here you say cout a is the variable, and here say is greatest and semicolon, close this bracket. Now if condition fails, it goes to else part. Here we have to print cout b is the number value. Then we have to say is greatest. Close this and close this bracket. Then we have to close the program with get ch and void main. So this is a program. Here we have to display a message, enter two numbers in the output screen. Then we have to enter two values of a and b. Then here is going to check a is greater than b. If condition is true, it executes the statement and prints a is greatest. Suppose if condition fails, it goes to else part and it prints b is greater. So the output of the program would be first we get a message enter two numbers. Suppose if we enter 3 space 7, then you have to press enter key. So in this example, it's going to print b value as b is 7 is greatest. So this is the output of this program by using if-else statement. Next example is to determine whether a year is leap year or not. So next program to determine a year as leap year or not. Here we are supposed to enter a year, then we have to find out whether that particular year is leap year or not. So let us start writing a program. The program starts with hash include iostream.h hash include conio.h void main. Here clear screen. Next step is declaration of variable. Here in this example, we have to use one variable to store the year. So here I will make use of int year as a variable, semicolon. Next step is we have to enter value for this variable year. So we can display a message here, cout enter year, and here endl semicolon. Next we have to accept the value with input statement cin year. Next step is we have to make use of if else statement. So here what is the logic, what is the condition of this? If any year completely divided by 4 without leaving any remainder, then those years are called as leap year. That is logic what we are going to use here. So here if condition is year, this is the variable year, and we have to store we are using a operator percentage 4 is equals to 0. So this is the condition. The condition, what is the condition here? The given year, we have to divide this year by 4, and we are using a percentage as a modulus operator. It gives the remainder of any division. So we are comparing here given year divided by 4, and we are storing the remainder. If remainder is equal to 0, then we have to print it is a leap year, otherwise not a leap year. So here then cout it is a leap year, closing this, and semicolon, close this bracket. Next else part, under else, in this example, if this remainder is not 0, then we have to display it is not a leap year. So here cout it is not a leap year, then close this semicolon, close the quote, semicolon, close the bracket, then close the program with get ch and closing this main bracket. So this is an example by using if else statement to print a leap year or not. So here as usual we have to declare the variable. Here we have used only one variable and enter year. This is going to display in the output screen. So with the help of cin statement, we are accepting the value for this variable year. Then the logic here is divide the year by 4. If the remainder is 0, it is a leap year, otherwise not a leap year. So we are using here percentage operator. This is called modulus operator. It gives us the remainder of any division. So here we are comparing this. If it is 0, it is going to print this message, otherwise it is going to print not a leap year. The output of the program, it would be here we are getting a first information message enter year. So we here enter year. Suppose if we enter here as 2012, it print a message it is a leap year. So similarly you can try with one more year. This is an example of if else statement. Students, next program is to determine whether the input character is uppercase or lowercase. To determine input character is uppercase or lowercase. The program The program starts with header files hash include iostream.h hash include conio.h void main, and here clear screen. So next step is to declare variables, and here this is a type character type. Character variable is ch. Character is a data type, ch is a variable. Now we have to print a message to enter a character. So cout enter a character. Semicolon. Then after this, we have to make use of input statement. Cin, ch is the variable. So next step is we have to make use of if else statement. And here, this if and what's the condition here? Then the condition is we know that we can decide whether uppercase or lowercase character based on the alphabet. Suppose if input character is between uppercase A to Z, then we have to display a message, it is uppercase. Suppose if the input character is in between the range or from small letter A to Z or lowercase a to Z, then we have to display the message, it is a lowercase. We are comparing the given character with number of values or between A and Z here, uppercase and lowercase. So that's the condition we have to write here. That is, if character is a variable is greater than or equals to uppercase A, see this is the one condition, and this is an operator, this is a logical operator, then again the condition is ch character is less than or equals to Z. So this is the condition. So if the given character is between uppercase letter A and lowercase letter a, if the input character is between uppercase letter A and uppercase letter Z, in between this range, then we have to print a message cout uppercase semicolon close this. Suppose if condition fails, whatever the input character is not within this range, we have to print as it is a lowercase. So here under the else part, we have to write here cout lowercase and semicolon close this. Then close the program with get ch and close this bracket. So this is the logic we are using here. So first of all, we have to accept a character, and here please note that we are using a data type as character. So here the condition is character is greater than or equals to A and less than or equal to Z. This is the condition. So if the character is between this range or in between A and Z, it prints uppercase, otherwise lowercase. So the output of the program would be, first we are getting a message here, enter a character. So here we are getting a message, enter a character. Then we supposed to enter we have to input a value. Suppose if I say capital letter R or uppercase R, then the uppercase or the value of R is here character. So this character is greater than A, yes, and also less than Z. So this value is in between this range. Then the condition is true, it prints uppercase. So we are getting a message as uppercase. So this is one output. Suppose again you compile the program. If you execute the program, you will try with one more value. Now enter a character, This is, you will try with some other input. So enter a character. Here, suppose if we enter B, small letter B, if this is lowercase small letter b, then if you look at the condition here, this B is not between A and Z. So in this example, the condition fails. So it will skip this and goes to this else part. So here accordingly it is going to print lowercase. So it's going to print lowercase. This is an example for if-else statement. Students, now let us move on to one more selection statement, that is if, else, if else if statement. So here if else if statement, we are using the statement where there are more than two options or choices. So if there are more than two options to be selected, or if there are more choices, or you can say if there are more than two conditions, then we are using if else statement. So here now let us see the syntax of this. So if the condition, the syntax, if condition 1, and here statement 1, semicolon, close this, then else if condition 2, and here statement 2, semicolon, close this. Then after this we will continue here. So again else if condition 3, here statement 3, semicolon, close this. So similarly you can have n number of conditions. You can have dot here. So it indicates more number of statements. Else if condition, nth condition, and here statement, n statement, closing this. And finally we are closing with else part, and here it's going to print the default value, a default statement, and close this. So this is the syntax of if else if programming statement. Here this we are using this where there are more than two conditions to be checked or to be tested. In this example, if condition 1, it executes the statement. So if condition it is true, it executes the statements, then comes out of if else if statement. If condition 1 fails, it goes to condition 2, it executes the statement, and after executing this statement 2, it comes out of if else if statement. Similarly, if condition 1 fails, it goes to 2, and if condition 2 fails, again it goes to condition 3. Similarly, it executes the statements one by one. So at last it goes to condition n statement, and even this is also fails, or if last condition fails, it goes to last else part here. This is default statement, and when we are going to execute the last part here, if none of these conditions, suppose in the example, if none of these conditions are true, then it executes the default statement or the last else part. So this is if else if statement. Now let us see some examples of this. The program is to print grade of a student based on the following condition. Here is the condition, average and grade. Students, now let us see the example to print grade of a student based on the condition here. So in this example, first of all I have to find out the average marks of a student. So if the average marks is between 85 to 100, we have to print the result as distinction. So between 60 to 84 first class, similarly so 50 to 59 second class, 35 to 49 pass class, and between 0 to 35 fail class. In this example, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 conditions to be checked here. So obviously we have to make use of if-else-if statement. Now let us write a program for the same. The program starts with header files #include iostream.h #include conio.h void main clear screen. To declare a variable, here I am making use of a variable int avg. This is average marks, to store the average marks of a student. So then we can make use of output statement, enter average, enter average. Enter average. So then we have to accept the value C in avg. Avg is the variable I have used in this example. So next step is we have to apply the condition, or we have to make use of if-else-if statement. So here there are 5 conditions. So we start with first condition, if. First condition is avg is the variable. Avg is the variable is greater than or equals to 85. This is the one condition, 85 to 100. If it is greater than or equal to 85, we are using AND operator here. This is logical AND operator. Then again here say condition is average less than or equals to 100. This is the first condition. So if it is true, we have to print a message or a grade as distinction. So here say cout distinction, semicolon, close it. So this is the first condition. So next condition is between 60 to 84. Again we start with else if average greater than or equals to 60 and average less than or equals to 84. This is the condition given here. So 84 we have to print as first class. So this is cout first class and close this. So this is second condition. Again we have to check for one more condition here, that is else if. Next condition is between 50 to 59, average greater than or equals to 50, and this is an AND operator, logical operator, and here avg less than or equals to 59. This is the condition, and if it is true, we have to print a message or a result as second class. Close this and close this bracket. After this, we have to check for pass class and fail class. So we try here. So here else if condition. What is the condition here? After second class, we'll check for pass class, that is average is greater than or equal to 35 and average less than or equals to 49. This is the condition. So this is the condition for pass class. if it is true, we have to print cout pause class, cout pause class, semicolon, close it. So this is for pause class. Now next condition is between 0 to 35, that is for fair class, and here in if else if condition, the last condition we are not going to write here because that will be the default statement to be executed. So here we can say else. This is default statement to be executed if none of the cases are true or none of the conditions are true between 0 to 35. So we can say that here else cout fail and close the bracket here. So this is we are closing if else if here, then close the program with get ch and close the bracket here. So this is an example program for if else if program statement, and when we are using this if else if statement, if there are more conditions to be checked, more than 2, example like this, here there are 5 conditions, so we have to make use of if else if statement. So the program starts with header everything as usual, and the logic here is this. So this is the first condition is given. Accordingly, if condition is true, it's going to print distinction. So suppose if your average marks what you have entered is between this. Suppose if you say average marks is 90, then 90 is between in this range. So it executes the condition is true. It print the result as a distinction and comes out of if else if statement. Similarly, if you enter the average marks as 70, so 70 in this example, condition fails here, so it enters this if else this part, and here 70 is between 60 and 84, the condition is true, it prints first class and comes out of if else if statement. Similarly, suppose if you enter a marks as 20, if the average mark is 20, and here 20, this is condition fails, it also fails, condition fails here, even condition even fails here also, then it executes default statement. So accordingly, average 20, condition here also it fails, it goes to default statement, that is fail class. So that is going to print cout fail class. So this is an example program of if else statement. Now let us see the output of the same. Enter average. Suppose we enter 90 and press enter key, we will get a message distinction. This is output is one value. Similarly, you can try with different inputs. For example, if I say enter average, and if I enter 55 as the input, then 55 is between 50 to 55 is second class. It's going to print the result as a second class. So this will be the output of the program. So you can try with different values of input here. Students, in this session we have written programs for if else statement and as well as if else if programming statements. Thank you very much.